Most of the incredible sights to enjoy inside Dorob National Park can easily be visited in a day. Cape Cross Seal Reserve is perhaps the best known of all, and is situated just more than an hour's drive from Swakopmund. This place does not only host thousands of Cape fur seals, but is also a very historical site for Namibia. This is where the first Europeans, Diego Cao and his crew from Portugal, set foot in this country over 500 years ago. A small stone cross, or padrao, was erected here as a sign of their passage. Cape Cross is also home to where the first small railroad in Namibia was built for the purpose of processing seal meat and blubber in the late 19th century. Then, of course, there are the seals. Namibia contains over 60% of the global Cape fur seal population. There are several breeding colonies along our coastline, but Cape Cross is certainly the most accessible. Every year in late November to about middle December, the females give birth to pups that are covered in pitch black fur. This event almost doubles the seal population in a matter of days. However, lack of nutrition, predators such as brown hyena, and occasionally black-backed jackals, as well as the dangers of hypothermia, canine distemper, and big bulls accidentally trampling the little pups, makes for a very small survival rate for the young. From Cape Cross, one can visit a petrified salt lagoon with unique salt crystal formations, which are about 400 years old, or visit Namibia's own Dead Sea, situated about 28 kilometers from Cape Cross Island. Here you have the opportunity to relax and enjoy the buoyancy. You can read a book, or you can just float weightlessly on highly concentrated salt water. St. Nowhere Spa, close to mile 108, offers you the same experience. Still east of Cape Cross towards the direction of Brandberg is the Messam crater. The Messam crater is what is left of a huge subterranean volcanic chamber from the time when Africa and South America split during the breakup of Gondwanaland. The roof of this chamber collapsed after a huge release of gaseous pressure. Over time, this volcanic chamber has become exposed, and when flying over it, one can clearly see that the hills are arranged in a circular fashion. The barren reddish basalt rock and hills create a Martian-like landscape. Even some of the plants, such as the prehistoric-looking welwitschia, resemble a type of life form from another world. The welwitschia is also Namibia's national plant and has fascinated people for decades. They grow to a very old age, nearly 2,000 years, and produce cones instead of flowers. The Messam crater and Messam River contain some truly magnificent specimens. This area is great for a full day of exploring with a four-wheel drive vehicle. However, one will need to be well prepared and have maps or a good GPS guidance system. Information can be obtained from the Henties Bay Tourism Association. The famous Uchab Menhir is a landmark consisting of a single upright rock or monolith about the height of a man. This trail runs for approximately 312 kilometers, and your four-wheel driving skills will be tested on rocky terrain on some of the inclines along the trail. As we have already seen, the Dorob National Park is filled with various species of fauna and wildlife. The difference is that most of these animals are of the smaller variety. Along some of the dry river courses, such as the Umaruru, the Swakop, Uchab and Kuiseb rivers, one may come across larger wildlife such as gemsbok, kudu, and even Hartmann's mountain zebra. The zebras are usually closer to mountainous areas and can be found around the Messam crater area. The Uchab River is sometimes visited by desert-adapted elephants. There is only one other group of desert-dwelling elephants in the world. They live in Mali, North Africa. Namibia's desert elephants have adapted to their dry, semi-desert environment by having longer legs and seemingly larger feet with a smaller body mass, according to other elephants. Travelers wishing to learn even more about the Dorob National Park can use some of the local tour operators and expert guides. There are several companies and places where one can find more information as required by individual needs. Sandboarding, for instance, can be enjoyed at various places in the dune belt. Other activities offered include paragliding, where the wind from the coast keeps you airborne above the gentle dune slopes. Quad bike excursions, with expert guides providing a thrilling ride in locations next to Long Beach, Dune 7, and at the Swakopmund Bridge. Just outside Swakopmund, on the way to Nonidas and Arandis, lies the Rossmann Golf Course, a world-standard desert golf course complete with greens. At Nonidas, one can take a peek at the Okakambe horse trails and even book a guided camel tour into the desert. If you really want adventure, you might wish to try some skydiving at the Swakopmund airfield. The instructors and crew are all highly experienced professionals who will take you up and bring you back down safely with a full dose of adrenaline. Several agencies offer scenic flights, such as pleasure flights and scenic air. The main activity, however, seems to be fishing, and in particular during the December holidays. While visitors and locals travel about inside the Dorob National Park, they need to make sure that they try to keep the park clean by following regulations on waste or littering on beaches and elsewhere in the park. The heads and other remains of caught and cleaned fish, as well as leftover bait, counts as rubbish too. This could attract wildlife and could also be disturbing for other visitors to the park.